Uh, Before me, you are seeing a small tree laden with quinoa fruit. Quinoa fruit is a kind of citrus fruit, and it is hybrid of two citrus cultivars. One is the king, that is Citrus nobilis. Other is willow leaf, Citrus deliciosa. They belong to the Rutaceae family, lemon family, to which our familiar forest tree Timbru belongs. Timbru and orange or lemon, they share the same family, Rutaceae, and family is characterized by diplostaminous kind of androecium, male part, a polycarpellary kind of pistil, female part, gynoecium, and presence of oil glands. These leaves also are aromatic, and the petiole is winged. So as per the ontogeny, they are also considered as unifoliolate because the two lateral leaflets are highly reduced. In some species, these two lower leaflets are broader one, and they give appearance as they are trifoliate leaves. But here the single leaf is enlarged, rather it is a leaflet. So unifoliolate kind of leaf, and fruit is kind of berry with many seeds, and unique technical word for this kind of berry is hesperidium, and fluorescence is axillary, born in clusters. Inside this fruit, whether it's quinoa or orange or other, we find the juicy, fleshy, swollen trichomes called vesicles. That is unique morphology and inner structure of this fruit, which is technically in botany named as hesperidium. If we crush the leaves, we will have a pleasing smell. It's a very confusing kind of taxonomy, because if there are 4 or 5 varieties, maybe quinoa, mandarin is, or lemon, or orange, or gulgal, or kimb. So it's very difficult to distinguish sometimes unless you see the fruit. As they are self-compatible, self-fertile, citrus genus, one character. Second, they can interbreed. Second, which also obliterates their distinct characters. So most of the cultivated citrus fruits, they are hybrids, and in this the major role stands played by 3 ancestral citrus fruits. One is Chakotra, that is called as Citrus maxima. Another is Gulgal also, Citrus medica. And third one is mandarin, orange, Citrus reticulata. In the citrus taxonomy, Chozabura Tanaka has played a very significant role in classifying these citrus hybrids. He was a Japanese scientist who innovated and named many of the citrus fruits, and his citrus classification is widely accepted. And in addition to Chozaburo Tanaka's citrus classification, we have another classification given by another scientist, Swingle. So whatever we understand about these citrus fruits, they have very peculiar characters, and one particular feature of the citrus fruits is widespread nuclear polyembryony. Polyembryony is when there are many embryos, and many of them they mature together in a fruit, leading to the formation of many seeds. But in case of apomictic kind of polyembryony or nuclear polyembryony, which I am referring to, which is well known in the citrus fruits, that is unique in having the nuclear cells from the embryo sac, which are not formed after meiosis and they are not reproductive, but vegetative cells from the endosperm or nucleus. Some of those cells also differentiate into a independent embryo sac and thereby adding more seeds to the fruit. So this kind of vegetative seed formation is named as nuclear polyembryony, which is unique to the citrus fruits including quinoa. So quinoa is a hybrid between Citrus nobilis and Citrus deliciosa. Center of origin is Indochina. In quinoa, the first hybrid quinoa was released in California, while H. Frost way back in 1935, but at home in India, Punjab Agriculture University scientist H.S. Ratanpal achieved the breakthrough of providing another unique quinoa named as PAU 15, which was released in the year 2015. And these quinoa fruits are widely exported to many Mediterranean countries, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Iraq. But there is also another lime, kind of lemon, which is named as Persian lime, which has been named by Chosaburo Tanaka as Citrus latifolia. We have another unique citrus which is named in honor of Lord Buddha as Buddha's hand citrus or Buddha's hand fruit. Basically, that Buddha's hand citrus is also identified as Citrus medica variety Sarcodactylus, as the fruit has finger-like branching. Here in quinoa we find the fruit is round, but in case of Buddha's hand fruit, we have the fingered or divided fruit. So there are two different formations. One is open hand kind of fruit in Buddha's hand fruit, citrus, and another is a closed hand type. So closed hand type is considered more auspicious and associated with Lord Buddha, and it's very religious. But in Himalayas, the galgal is the fruit which is Citrus pseudolaiman. Usually we find our Jammu market also flooded with galgal fruits which are quite large and botanically identified as Citrus pseudolaiman. In Dogri also we call it as galgal. That is much larger in size and mostly it is pickled in Jammu Shivaliks. That is also one of the ancestral Himalayan citrus. And the leaves of Citrus pseudolaiman galgal, they are also used in religious ceremonies, especially in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, and even in preparation of some kind of cuisines and ethnic dishes. The leaves of gargal are also considered as auspicious and they are sacred in many locations of Himalaya. Lemon, which is Citrus lemon, that is also sacred and mostly we see the garlands of citrus, the lemon, they are hung inside vehicles and even in some of the temples. And that particular lemon fruit is also associated with the goddess Shakti, kind of Durga, and how it has been named as Nimbu in Hindi or Hindustani. As per legend, there was a evil doer Asur named as Nimba Asur, who was killed by goddess because he was torturing the common masses. So, to have blessings of the goddess Shakti, the fruit got the name Nimbu in Hindustani. In English, we call it as lemon. And most of these citrus species, they are medium-sized trees. Gargal is quite large, but since this is a hybrid, so this is a small tree. And even branches are not that thorny. But if we see the species like lemon, citrus fruits, then we have the thorny branches in lemon, but not that thorny in case of kinno, which yields juice. Another citrus fruit which we are familiar with, and especially that is recommended to the patients suffering from some ailment or disease, that is Mosambi. So this is not Mosambi, but I am just referring to that species which is, according to citrus classification, named as Citrus libata. So Citrus libata is Mosambi, where the peel is tight with the inner juicy interior. In comparison to Mosambi, we have the sweet orange or mandarin orange, which is oblate in appearance and peel is loosely separated, easily separated, and very sweet, which is named botanically as Citrus reticulata. But Tanaka, Chosaburo Tanaka, has also identified another species, Citrus tangerina, which is also considered very near to Citrus reticulata. Another orange which we find in Jammu markets is Citrus sinensis. And these fruits we see on the ground, why they have fallen. So this is also another query. So while talking to the local expert, Keval Singh, he told me the premature fall of these kinnu fruits on the ground, that reflects the nitrogen deficiency in these plants. So one has to apply the urea to these maturing trees, especially at the time of flowering and fruiting. So they need more nitrogen. That is another. And even by looking at the leaves of kinnu and orange, one can have the morphological distinction between the various species of kinno, orange, mandarin. Lemon is very peculiar. In case of lemon, we have more thorny branches, but in all these species or hybrids or cultivars, mostly we find the flowers are highly fragrant, and in fragrance we feel the fragrance is very near to that of Kamini or Kunti, another evergreen shrub, garden shrub, which we cultivate in Jammu parks and gardens, and that's the Moraya paniculata or mock jasmine or mock orange jasmine. Basically, they are imitating, they are mocking the jasmine fragrance, but they are not jasmine, rather they are orange family fruits and flowers. So flowers and fruits, because of this fragrance, because of appealing flavor, they are also used in many cosmetics, many healthcare products, skin care products. They are also innovated using the leaves and fruit peel of many citrus hybrids. We have grapefruit also, and that grapefruit is again a hybrid citrus paradisi. Tanaka's that citrus reticulata is sweeter, whereas lemon is sour, but all different kind of cultivars of citrus, they are rich in vitamin C, tocopherol, vitamin A, vitamin E, and even the micronutrients like zinc, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus. So this is health promoting citrus fruits are intimately associated with Indian culture, religious practices, and it has wide diversity and rich area in citrus cultivars is northeast, and many local northeast cultivars, they are endemic. Center of origin is also Southeast Asia, including India and China. Citrus are treated under its own tribe, that is citri, in which we have few more genera like Fortunella, Poncerus, and citrus proper. We have another wild lime plant seen in sal forests of Himalayas, that is Clazina pentaphylla, which is distantly related to the citrus. So citrus fruit have unique floral morphology, unique fragrance, and winter is the time when we find these fruits, they mature and they flood the markets. Some of high grade kinnus, they are also exported, and at home we usually see the persons who are dealing with juice making business, they always have mosambi, orange, kinno, sometimes even they keep chakotra, and this is the tree which I am referring to, is the kinno fruit in the Mishriwala horticulture nursery, which is very old nursery and nicely managed. It is, I think, more than 50 years old nursery, where in addition to citrus, we also find rich diversity of myrobalan trees, including Amblic myrobalan, Chabulic myrobalan, and also rich diversity of mangoes like Kishanbhog, Suvarnarekha, Amarpali, Alfonso, and Dishari. Citrus plant before me is lemon. Botanical identifies citrus lemon, and here we see the butterflies also, because this is a larval host plant for the butterflies, including the swallowtail, Papilio and flowers are fragrant, as we find in any citrus species or cultivar, quite fragrant. And these lemon hold special significance in Indian culture. In fact, there was a evildoer named after Nimb Asur after this plant. This plant basically got name from Nimb Asur, who was doing wrong activities, and then Rishi Agastya approached Devas, Brahman, Vishnu, and requested to kill the evildoer demon Nimbu Asura. And the gods approached goddess Shakti, who killed the demon. So this particular plant is held as sacred to Shakambari Devi, the goddess who is usually garlanded with the fruits of lemons. So lemon garland has got religious sanctity, and there's a temple devoted to goddess Shakambari Devi in Karnataka. Usually we find the garlands of lemons hung even in houses and vehicles to keep the evil spirits away and to have the positive energy. So this citrus have many spines also. Basically the leaf is compound, but this particular winged portion of the leaf stalk represents the reduced lower leaflets, and only the terminal leaflet is well grown. So rather than 3 leaflets, we find a single leaflet, but the winged portion at the base, this denotes that the leaf is not simple, rather it is a compound leaf. So this is the Coxy Nimbu or lemon Nimbu, and we have many species, cultivars rather, of lemons: bitter lemon, Coxy lemon, even sweet lemon or sweet lime. But what we are familiar with as a sweet lime, that is basically a Mosambi, and that is again a hybrid cultivar, hybrid between the bitter orange and citrus limon. So that Mosambi and even the lemon, this is used in Ayurveda also for the treatment of various ailments, and used in many health drinks, or also used in beverages and in the salads. The rich source of citric acid, rather all citrus fruits have the citric acid, that is tricarboxylic organic acid. Even one of the important metabolic pathway named as citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, which is a biochemical pathway in the respirating animals, all creatures including human beings, where the proteins, fats and carbohydrates, they are broken down through a series of oxidation reduction reactions, thereby leading to the name of TCA cycle or Krebs cycle after the acid, citric acid, which we find in all citrus fruits, but lemon is the richer source. And before we could develop the industrial process of getting citric acid, the earlier source was lemon. From lemon we used to have the citric acid required. And this particular flower, you see, there are about 10 stamens, diplostaminous, 5 petals, quite white, and stamens, they are showing a kind of fusion also. The filaments are fused, anthers are free, pistil is polycarpellary, and there are this particular lemon leaf is also smaller in comparison to the leaves of Chakotra, citrus maxima, or Kinnu, that is a hybrid cultivar, or even orange. So this particular lemon is very popular horticultural crop and also a medicinal fruit of India. When we talk about citrus diversity, so there is another citrus which is identified as citrus corna. This particular fruit also resembles the gurgle, which is Citrus pseudolyman, but this particular fruit has rough outer peel. This is bright orange when ripe, and this is consumed raw. Its juice, which is discarded, and its pulp is very sweet. Its peel is also soft, and it is consumed in Jammu and Himachal Pradesh during winter time. As winter is approaching, so today when we are discussing about citrus diversity in the citrus tree talk, we are also enjoying the feast of Kimb, which is also named as Goda, or sometimes also named as Khatta. So this is very delicious raw citrus consumed under the name Kimb. It is innovated using this burning coal with the addition of little mustard oil, and that smoke is given to the slices, cut slices, along with some kind of leafy wild herbs. For example, this is jungly alia, Lepidium diademum, or earlier called as Coronopus diademus, kind of Lepidium now, Lepidium diademus, Lepidium diadema, jungly halia, jungly chandrashur, and even this can be made into a paste along with the leaves of mustard, and this kimb, after that smoking, it becomes very delicious, and it is really a feast to enjoy the kimb during winter sunshine. So this citrus is orange. So along with Hill lemon or kimb, this is kimb, citrus corna, and this is citrus. But this citrus seems to be Kinnu instead of sweet orange. So it is also taken with salt. But most delicious, which locals love to eat during winter, is kimb. So this kimb is very unique. It has been prepared using the various herbs, chilies, salt. So we'll have this citrus feast while discussing the diversity of citrus and various cultivars which are under cultivation in horticulture nursery, Mishriwala.